Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video. So today we're going to be ranking my top 10 units list. So I haven't done one in a decent amount of time. Last one was before Goku and Bardock. I just decided it wasn't even worth making one after Goku and Bardock, as they're Zenkai themselves in it. In fact, the meta at all. So with the release of Grunks or Gohan and Trunks and then Chalet or Shallot, we've definitely had the biggest meta shift, I think, of this anniversary so far. A lot of the top tier units have moved down, some going up, and some surprising ones. So let's just jump straight into the number 10 spot. So coming in at the number 10 spot, we have Sparking Yellow Pan. Interesting enough, making it to the top 10. She is very, very annoying, and I think the reason that she's very annoying, well, first of all, her insane starter. So she just, for a hybrid Sunfam in movies, she just gives 30% damage, 10% damage guard, and then -1 sub count. But the other most annoying thing is this. When hit by an enemy arts, health is 75% lower 2 times, 30% HP, destroys whole hand, and then sub counts +2. The fact that many times where I'm comboing against someone and they switch into Pan, and I have no vanish, I'm running out of cards, you have to just stop comboing, and which is fine, but the fact that I'm fine with the key and the card destruction, but the sub counts is very annoying to deal with. You can't switch, and then that can force you into a position where you can't do anything unless you have a rush or an overdrive, because if the enemy overdrives you or rushes you, you're going to be in a very bad spot. Her disrupts are very powerful. Her support is very amazing. She's just an all-around, and she's not like super weak. She is definitely really squishy, but she can hold her own a little bit with her disrupt and her healing. I've seen her perform a little bit and okay in damage, but yeah, no, she's definitely carrying with her support and her healing. She's honestly an option to glaze some of your teammates with, fully replacing 13 in my opinion on most team setups. The team setups where you need a second life, 13 might be a little bit better. 13 not being on boost definitely hurts him a lot. Overall, I think Pan is very good. Those are my main pros about her. The cons, she can be very fragile and she can die. She doesn't have a second life. But other than that, yeah, I think she's very solid. So the next unit we have here is Legend Chalet. I'm not going to talk too much about him. I actually don't have him. Didn't summon for him. I did one rotation and that was it. Chalet. So, why is Chalet number 9 still low on the tier list? First of all, he's purely a blue card merchant. Sure, he has second life, and sure, he has some good debuffs and slight support, but I don't think it's enough to make him top of the tier. Second of all, he's very squishy. Like, extremely squishy. Where I have times where I'm comboing with Blue Rose, not even with the blue card, and he's just taking too much damage. The Element Light feature where he's, disadvantaged actually can make him at a disadvantage. A scenario where you're fighting against the purple side of Grunks, and the light side activates on Chalet. Well, if you switch into someone like Blue Rose, the neutral actually hurts Chalet more than it does Blue Rose. This opens up the type disadvantage unit to be able to combo the type advantage unit, because he's not at type advantage anymore. I've actually run into this scenario a couple of times fighting Chalet, where the light activates and I have to switch, and then I switch into like Blue Rose, and I can actually get neutral with Blue Rose. So that's one scenario to look out for with Chalet, where it could actually be very annoying. Secondly, yeah, he's purely a blue card merchant. Sure, if he fancies a little bit better as a unit, but that is pretty much all he has to offer. He's not doing more damage than the other unit. He's not tanking better than any other unit. He sure gets second life, but that's pretty much it. He only has the blue card, so that's all I want to say about Shelley. Let's move on to number 8. So moving on to the number 8 spot, I think Legend Super Vegito is still pretty good, and you can move him to number 7. Definitely was a bit better when he was on boost, but he's still solid, does insane damage still. Having a good color synergy against Broly, and has, I guess a teammate with, that full Fusion Warrior team with Shelley and Gogeta, but that team would be super glass and just really dependent on Gogeta holding the team and you just killing your opponent before you can get comboed to death. He does have a good color synergy against Broly, but the yellow Goku Black is definitely a big issue for this guy. And I bring that up because I have fought the Grunks, the Gohan and Trunks, and double Goku Black team a lot. I think the double Goku Blacks are the biggest counter to Grunks. I don't think there's the best team in the game. But yes, when you're fighting the blue Rose and yellow Rose, like pretty much in almost every game nowadays, this guy's value is definitely, significantly reduced. He's very squishy at this point, very star dependent for your tanking, but I think he's just an overall solid unit. Let's move on to the number 7. So moving on to the number 7 spot, we have Slot Pawn, FSK 2.0, Rathan, this guy right here. So he is on the featured boost. I think he's actually really in a good spot. His tanking is okay. You definitely need his gauge, but his utility is very good. He has the green cards, the strongest pre-revival we've ever seen. Good last man standing. Good blue cards. He has Vanish Restoration. He has AoE green when he revives. He's honestly a solid unit. His damage is there. Especially if you're running Pan. I think he's honestly a solid option. I was using the double Grunks Pan setup. I think that's an okay team. Honestly, I would replace Pan with a strong third. But you can definitely win games with that. I don't want to talk too much about this guy. He's the same as he was 6 months ago, 7 months ago. Whenever he released this in December 2025. He's still an okay unit now. He's only relevant, I think, because of boost. We'll see how he does after, but I still think he's solid. So let's move on to the top 6. Hey guys, so number 6. This was very sad for me to put here, but it's Legend Broly. I did originally have him in my top 5, but I do have someone above him in that regard. Legend Broly does get checked by Grunks, and he can get checked by Super Vegito. Broly is still very good, but he's not like the ultimate stop all. He's still very good in his own right, and he's very annoying, especially with his transformation, his guard, his tanking. He's still one of the tankier units in the game. But he is not the ultimate wall as he was before. He can still be that wall for some teams who aren't using it purple, or don't have Grunks, or who can't deal with this guy like Red Broly can, or Yellow Goku Black, or Grunks. So if you don't have those 3, this guy is definitely shining a lot more. Still very, very good, and I don't need to talk too much about these top 6 units. They're all very good in their own right. More so last season, the top 4 was a lot closer, but yeah, this guy is definitely seeing some decline. I've gone games where I don't even see Broly or Red Broly. I'm not gonna talk too much about this guy. We know what he can do now. He's been out for more than a month, so yeah, that's Green Broly at top 6. Let's move on. Okay, so moving into the top 5, I want to talk a bit more about these top 5 units, specifically more about the top 4, but Yellow Goku Black being top 5. So I do think the Blue Rose is better than this guy right now, but I still think they're pretty almost equal. The Yellow Goku Black, I do have times where his tanking fails me. I know mine's only 6 stars, but mine performs very well. I will 7-star him tomorrow night, so I can see how he's going to perform at 7 stars. But he's still very good in his own right. Still amazing. His disrupt's really good. The only gripe I have is his gauge. He needs to use a blue card, but that's not really a problem. He has the neutral on the main. He has the long range green card after transformation. Insane healing. Pretty much almost defense neutral all the time. His biggest ops though are the top 3 units. who are all red. We have Gogeta, Grunks, and Red Broly. All very hard stoppers, specifically Grunks and Red Broly. Red Broly combos a green card into a blue card. We'll go through this guy's neutral. Grunks' Gohan and Trunks' enhanced blue card will go through this guy, especially on the red side. It hurts a lot. And I've been tap killed as Green Broly. I've been tap killed as this guy. Any endurance unit just kind of like can get deleted by Grunks. And the fact that they can get their enhanced blue card just by confronting an enemy is insane. You're always pretty much going to have the neutral the endurance nullification permanently when they're enhanced. You guys have to always look out for that. And the red side of Grunks can really fuck this guy over. This guy is still not completely dead. He's still amazing. Even if Grunks was even if he was only a red unit, we still have the blue rose, so that duo ship is really good at holding Grunks not at bay, but good at stalling him out. I think these two are the best at stalling Grunks out. And if you have these two as teammates for Grunks, it's looking like one of the better teams in the game. Of course, I don't think there's a better team because I think the Broly setups are really good. But if I'm leaning into a better team, this guy is on the best team in the game, along with Grunks and Blue Rose. So that's all I want to talk about Yellow Rose. He does amazing damage still, very good tank. Yeah, let's move on to the number 4. Moving on to the number 4, I did have a last minute change. I literally, before I clicked on this guy, I was about to click on Blue Rose, but then I just took a couple of minutes to think about it. I will not argue this guy is anywhere. He can be top 2 to top 4. He's not top 1 anymore, as I had him before, but this guy is still very amazing. The reason I have him top 4 instead of top 3, as like I originally had him yesterday, is because usage rate. And I do think that plays a decent factor into a little bit of the ranking. Not truly, I don't think it actually will change how I view this guy, but I'm viewing him in the top 4 sense is I don't see him much anymore, almost at all, if I even run into him. Secondly, I don't even run into Green Broly. And then another reason is that triple mono red team isn't as powerful as I thought it was when I tried it. I probably will be making a video on that. I just put a couple games with it just to see how it would perform, and I wasn't too impressed by it. They were kind of getting stopped by just Grunks on a normal setup and Gogeta. But Red Broly, his sniping and field control is the best thing he has. But I have been playing, you just have to, there's not really playing around it, especially if you're fighting a high star Broly. But I find myself, honestly, at this point in the game, I just get it over with. If I'm, if Broly is fighting me and he's switched in, he's transformed, I'm honestly just popping the switch. I'm switching to another character just to get rid of it. I think it's better to do that than just wait for the combo to end. He's one of the units that can still combo. He has the insane blue card. He can actually enhance his blue card kind of like Grunks, basically going through like, a bunch of debuffs, just like Grunks can when he's popping the green card. And then he has a lot of neutral when he transforms. He has Vanish Restoration on Transform 2. He has 15 counts of neutral. He also has it on main. So that could fuck over Blue Rose a bit. But yeah, I think Red Broly is still very, very good. And you could argue anywhere from top 2 to top 4. Doesn't have a second life, which is fine. I think we should start, having units who don't have a second life. But that is definitely hurting him a bit more. Also, just usage rate in general. I haven't been seeing this guy a lot. That isn't to say he's bad. I just think people are running other teams that make this guy not be able to fit on that team. He's definitely, especially with Grunks, kind of doing his job, not in the sniping department, but in the damage department, comboing. Yeah, no, that's a big reason I have Broly top 4. Let's move on to the top 3. Okay, so moving on to the top 3, Blue Rose. I know, some of you guys are like, whoa, Blue Rose, even top 3, top 4, top 5. Well, let me tell you, he is the only good blue that can keep up, I'm sorry, Slop on, FSK, the real blue that is hard walling these reds. He's not even hard walling Grunks, but he can be a bit annoying for mostly Gogeta. Because Red Broly can go neutral and kind of nuke this guy out. But if you're playing well and playing around it, you'll be fine. This guy being the true dominant blue to wall off the reds. And Green Broly not being as common or as dominant as he was really opens up some rain for Broly, for Grunks to just really shine through everyone. You run this guy with Goku Black, Yellow One, and Grunks, and that's one of the better teams in the game. You feed the blue cards or just use them. He has the neutral on the blue cards when he has the level 2 or 3 gauge. He's getting multiple ultimates. He has insane disrupts, one of the strongest disrupts in the game. Insane health restoration, second life, good combo potential. The only thing is he's a stacking damage unit, and you're probably giving most of your cards to Grunks, but this guy is still very insane. I think he's in the most perfect spot, and I think he's one of the most balanced units in the meta. I just think he's higher up on this list just because of, by default, by the top tier units, Gogeta, Broly, and Grunks just being red. But yeah, no, this guy has insane value. He is, oh my god, those blue cards hit really hard. And I mean, I don't mind 13 stars, but no, I've really been impressed by Blue Rose recently, and he's actually very annoying to fight against. So let's move on to the number 2. Okay, so moving on to the number 2 spot, we have Ultra Gogeta Blue. I do want to talk about this guy. I originally had him number 1, but of course, Grunks. I played it a lot, and everyone's coming to a realization Grunks is just too good. The reason this guy is a lot higher on my list now than he was last tier list, first of all, Red Broly is definitely okay. Yellow Rose and Red Broly are definitely hurting this guy. And now Grunks being that third guy who can just get through these endurance units with their blue cards, definitely hurting this guy. But his biggest asset, first of all, his damage. He has probably the second highest damage in the game behind Grunks. But his arts cost is actually a big problem for Grunks to deal with. It's not like he's hard stopping them, but he could delay your combos a bit with Grunks not being able to combo him fully. But once you clear the debuffs, it's fine. And secondly is the Stardust Fall. If you get Grunks in a Stardust Fall, it can be very, very bad for them. And I think that's the redeeming quality of this Gogeta being an insane hard wall that you always need to be wary of. When I'm playing with Grunks against Gogeta, I'm always wary of, okay, I'm being comboed. I'm probably not going to be wanting to tank with Grunks, take cards with Grunks. You probably want Blue Rose, Yellow Rose, or Green Broly taking the hits for you. So yes, that is a big thing that he has, and I think the Stardust just being in the back of everyone's mind using Grunks is what's making this guy really, really good on the tier list, on the ladder, on the rankings, and his damage. And other than that, he's solid. He has the endurance, he has the guard. But yeah, I think his strongest asset is just the mental game with Stardust Fall is insane with this guy. I've had Grunks out of Stardust Fall, but I also had Grunks survive. We're at the point in the game where units are surviving Stardust Fall, but it's the damage that you're inflicting to your team, the enemy team, after you Stardust Fall. So he is my number 2. Anyways, let's go on to the number 1. No surprise here, Gohan and Trunks, Grunks are my number 1 unit. I'm not going to talk too much about them, but I will say, enhanced blue card, enhanced legend action, permanent endurance nullification. The fact that you get a blue card on legend action, the fact that they have infinite cover null, the fact that they can keep drawing cards, the fact that they just have the highest damage in the game, you use 2 or 3 cards, you're melting everyone. They're red, they're purple, the best color combo in the game. Purple to counter the greens, red to counter Goku Black, and every other color. Even if you're in Blue Rose, you just switch to the purple side. If you're in Yellow Rose, you switch to the red side. They have amazing color synergy and synergy with other units. The main downside of them is their stats. Them being a pretty blast-oriented unit is what's hurting them. I know it's like 19k difference. And it makes it a bit annoying to run the Z abilities, but these guys are just insane, just too good. I don't even want to it's disgusting. It's genuinely this. Even if people are like, "Oh my God, he can't be top 1. He has no second life. He's a rising rush victim." First of all the top 1 units we've had who never had a second life, those don't just exist anymore. But anyways, even the fact, if he even had a second life, he would be too broken and everyone would be complaining. I think we need units who don't have a second life. It's fine. We need balance, some balance to these units. And honestly, these guys, they run through endurance. He makes second life endurance units look like they don't have a second life. Yeah, no, these guys are insane. And I hope you guys did enjoy that video. See you guys in the next one. And this is my top 10 list.